Dun, dun, dun.
Dun 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 dun.
We are
And we
live.
are actually live. We're on air live. Can you believe that? I was actually able to do it. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Violent Wrestling Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ambrose Alley, affectionately known as AA. And with me is my cohort, the one, the only,
The Mox.
Mox. The Mox. And
Dun,
once again,
dun,
we have
dun.
our wonderful special guest who we love having all the time, Metal Matt.
Hey, what is up, everybody in the Violent Wrestling Podcast universe?
You know Metal Matt from, he's been here a lot of times. And if you don't know by now, start listening to Ruthless Aggression Podcast. Really good stuff. And Matt is such a treasure because this was a last minute thing. And he stepped in, and AA and I really appreciate it. And the crowd actually goes wild for Metal Matt. And
Yay!
I appreciate where my, like, because I always get the crowd goes wild. Metal Matt shows up like, yay! Like, nice.
Well, I mean, I'm always happy to do these things. I just finished watching last week's Lucha Underground, and I was also eating some lunch, chicken nuggets with Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce, and I was also,
Oh,
so yeah, and I was also going to
I,
be watching Raw. I'm going to be watching some Raws and Smackdowns for the next Ruthless Aggression podcast episode, Bad Blood 2003. After this, but yeah, I'm more than happy to appear on this episode on this podcast. I love being on here, so thank you for having me.
oh, as always, thanks for being on.
No
Bad Blood
problem.
2003.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next episode.
Uh,
Don Sal Kuzmano is going to be on that as well, so it should be a really fun episode.
nice.
I just popped my knee. Oh, that hurt.
Now this is getting to become a habit. I pop my knee, I pop my ankle, my legs are asleep. Like, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's what I get for doing everything from actually sitting on my bed. 'Cause I've
Whoa.
got two computers running right now. So
Oh, okay. I'm with you now. Like, sorry. Cesspool, like, are we not doing phrasing anymore? Um, Before we get into any kind of wrestling, um, if you've listened to us, if you know me, if you know Metal Matt, AA, I live in a very small town with very few fast food restaurants. There's actually a petition going around my little town of what the old KFC that hasn't been there and shit, it's been what, more than 6 months, to make it either a Popeyes, um, Raising Cane's, which is also it's more of a chicken strip place, or Jack in the Box. Burger King did not make the final three cut of whatever this petition is. It's not funny. Not funny. Nope. 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 Nope.
I don't know. It's pretty hilarious.
It is. I get the joke, but apparently the city owns the land that the old KFC was on, and so they're taking bids and however that works, votes, whatever. And let me sniffle a little. Burger King didn't make the list. Hey, but in good
Oh,
news,
I'm sorry.
Dairy Queen didn't either. So, I mean, it's kind of a lose-win situation.
Yeah, but I know how much you would wanted a Burger King.
Yeah. No. I'd be broke in a heartbeat. Hey, where were you Friday night?
You mean Saturday night? Friday night I was home.
Um, damn, that sounds like I'm taking up on you. Like, where were no? Yeah, Saturday night. Sorry, got my days confused.
Saturday night I went to see I went to see Charged live for Rocky Mountain Pro.
RMP, RMP.
MP, RMP, RMP. It was great. I learned something that they film like 2 to 3 segments in one night. So that's why they only do a Charge show once a month. But they do like 3 segments in one night.
Okay. This
And then when they put it on Channel 3 or when they put it on Thursday nights, put it on Twitch, it's just that one segment, and the next week they'll put on the next segment, and the next week they'll put on the next segment.
right, like way back in the day, that's how it kind of worked.
Yeah, but we have to take a moment of silence. There was a casualty.
Oh,
Yes, there was. My poor bear got knocked over during a fight
no.
between Anaya and Chungo, I think. Can't remember. I know a couple of them on site because I sit ringside and I didn't get my beer up in time. So my beer bit the big one.
Party foul, dude.
But
Party
that was
foul.
the only casualty.
That's you should have got it refunded for the show, free autographs, everybody. That's a hardcore party foul. Obviously.
Hey, I got my T-shirt signed by Anaya and Hoodie. So
Left Coast Grill. If you haven't seen, just look at. You can see them on Twitch but just look up Left Coast Gorillas and tell me they don't look like badass. Like, nope,
hey,
not messing with them.
you don't want to mess with Anaya and Hoodie. They're the most
They have
dangerous
that,
tag team in the world.
and they actually look like it. Like, I mean, you have your AOPs and authors of pain that they look badass. Like, okay, like you legitimately look like, nope, I'm not fighting you in a bar. You can spill my beer. You can take my woman. You can just let me leave here alive. That's all I ask. Who else did you meet? Or what else happened?
Hello?
I think we're losing you.
Because I can't hear anyone. Now I can hear Matt.
Yeah, well, now we can hear you.
I don't know what happened there.
Okay, well, let's start from what happened after.
After my beer,
Yeah.
I Oh, it was great. I loved being ringside and just being right there when they really get into it. That was cool. I'm not going to give away too much because I don't want to give away what was going on for those who do want to watch Charged.
Yeah, because it's has some of it hasn't aired yet.
Right. I'm not going to give away what was on Charged. But I will say I was invited to the after party.
Yeah, now that will never be aired. So tell us all about the after party.
The after party was fun. I got invited by the head of catering. And we met and he invited me.
Catering.
And I got to hang with Tyler Stinson, Anaya, Hoodie, Allie. Got to meet Dustin. Of course, Matt was there.
Always become friends with the people that are doing catering. Like that's always, no matter what, wedding, wrestling event. If the person is doing catering, befriend them, let them befriend you, and they'll hook you up.
So, but it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Other than the terrible service we got, because the waitress mixed up orders, couldn't get orders out on time. I had to wait 30 minutes for a to-go box for my meal. Tyler never got his chicken wings. It was just really bad service all around.
Y'all went like outside for the after party.
Hmm?
You guys went.
It was just go ahead.
I was just asking. 'Cause, don't throw anybody under the bus.
You're whispering. I can't hear you.
I said, don't throw anybody under the bus.
Now, why would I throw anyone under the bus? I had it was just lousy service.
Oh, so at the after party, you guys met at a restaurant.
Yes,
Do
we met
not
at Twin
name-
Peaks in Golden, Colorado.
And I was just trying to say, do not name the restaurant. Okay, so that happened.
And then I had the fun drive home.
And that's why you couldn't do shot for shot and things like that because you had to drive, what was it, 2.5, 3 hours back home.
An hour and a half, and I was not going to try to keep up with Anaya and Hoodie. Those boys can drink.
They seem like a lot of fun. They seem, if I was more personable and like, hey, let's hang out, kind of, they seem like the type that, dude, I'll match you. And we're saying all this.
You could probably match them.
Well, thanks for that vote of confidence. If it hasn't already been known, I drink a lot. And the funniest part about this is our guest, or haven't we declared him like our third co-host? Matt is straight edge. Like he doesn't drink, doesn't do anything. And,
Yep. Even though I am eating chicken nuggets with Jack Daniels barbecue sauce, it is non-alcoholic sauce. So yeah.
And that was funny as crap. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Like, well, it says non-alcoholic.
Yeah, it says non-alcoholic. I'll take their word for it.
And I know.
But yes, this.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just pick on Matt a little more. You had something more important to say, I'm sure.
Not really, just that I'm going to the Rack House to see a Rocky Mountain Pro show, and this is a place that does their own microbrews. And because I'm driving, I'm going to have to watch I'm only going to be able to have one or maybe two beers because I have to drive home.
We need to fix that word. I don't know how the Uber system works or anything like that, or if there's like a motel close by. Like,
Well, really, taking an Uber from Denver, Colorado to Cheyenne, Wyoming doesn't make sense.
I know that. I mean, once you get there, and from there to like a nearby hotel, or I don't know.
I was thinking about that. I was actually thinking about getting there, getting a motel, and calling an Uber and going from the motel there and then back again. But I got to come home and take care of the dog.
Oh, yeah. The dog being named Cassie.
The Wonder Dog.
Yes, the Wonder Dog. Cassie the Wonder Dog.
But the show was enjoyable. You had fun. The after party was obviously fun.
Yes, it was. Got to hear some cool stories.
Anything you can share?
Not really.
Oh,
it's one of those stories, eh?
Yeah. Nice. And I'm sure they appreciate the confidence of, like, yeah, we talked about this, but she's not going to share it on air. That gives you a reputation of, like, they can say things to you and you're not going to share it, which is perfectly fine.
They're just a bunch of really cool guys and gals.
They seem like it. All of them seem like this hard work. They seem like they do it just for the love of doing it.
They do it for the love of doing it. They love interacting with the fans and everything. And I mean, I was shocked to get invited to an after party. That shocked me.
Oh,
And all because of the guy in catering.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the friender, don't just disrespect somebody brings you champagne or sushi. Like, be nice to that person. You never know what's going to happen. Nobody's beneath anybody.
Oh, no.
I'm glad you had a good experience. Again, you haven't had, to my knowledge, a bad experience since you've been going to Rocky Mountain Pro.
Not to RMP. No, in fact, I've rewatched Charged episodes instead of watching WWE because it's more entertaining.
Like, isn't Vince Russo like involved in Rocky Mountain Pro?
Yes, he is.
He's the writer.
All right.
He's
So
the
with
writer, he's the producer.
So with that, have there been any objects on the pole matches yet?
No, there hasn't.
Any Kennel from Hell matches?
Damn.
No. There's been a few gimmick matches. And Matt took a hell of a fall. Took a hell of a bump.
What have the gimmick matches been at? Are they just like normal gimmick matches or out there gimmick matches? What were they?
A normal gimmick matches like a street fight. There was a 2 out of 3 falls table match. The standard.
Yeah.
Nothing way out there.
Yeah.
All right, so nothing off the wall yet.
No.
Yeah, and
that's the key word. Yet. Give it time. I'm sure it'll happen.
No, I think
I don't know. Vince is busy. He's got his own podcast. He's got 2 or 3 podcasts he's running. Plus, he's writing for the show. He helps character development at the Mercury Pro Wrestling Academy. So,
Yeah,
Now,
from what
this
you've told me, and from
swear
what I've
to God.
huh?
like, go ahead, Matt. Sorry, we talked over each other. I guess.
I did find out something about Curtis, though.
Curtis Cole, Killer
Curtis
Killer
Cole,
Kurt.
besides being my favorite wrestler of RMP, is that he's a massage therapist before he became a wrestler.
Oh boy. Before he became a professional wrestler. Yeah. Does he still
Yep.
practice?
I think he does.
I will just.
I bet he does on a lot of the talent and everything
Yeah,
from their bumps and stuff.
I will keep a comment to myself at the moment.
But that's pretty much all that happened to me this past week, other than suffering through Cheyenne Frontier Days.
So now we move to Raw.
Move to Raw, which I watched on and off between Charged.
I'm gonna, just because I don't feel comfortable doing it, and I am very confident Matt can do it. Do the Vince Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
So it's Raw. What can I say about Raw? It happened.
We have to get the big introduction first.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
There we go.
It's
Now we're at
uncut,
Raw.
uncooked, uncensored.
Now we're in Raw territory. So obviously the first segment, which actually to some degree surprised me that it was Vince first, because everything leading up to it was Steph has this big announcement. Steph. And as soon as they opened the show with Vince already in the ring, and he, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And here's the COO and CFO, but not CFO, but too many letters for me to try to keep up with.
COO.
Yep, the COO is Steph, whatever the hell they call him, Triple H. But the Triple H and Steph coming out to Steph's music. You know, there was no, it's time to play the game. Nope. It was Stephanie's music. And everybody on the roster, all the men on the Raw roster were on the stage. All the women from the Raw NXT or Raw SmackDown roster were on the stage. And that's how we opened Raw.
Yeah, they end up announcing the first ever all women's pay per view, WWE Evolution, for October.
October 28th. And I'm all aboard that. Like
Oh yeah, same here.
I have no complaints.
I just hope they have stories to tell.
Yeah.
That's, and I think they'll get there. It's going to be a very fine line of intertwining the story within it, within the story. If that makes sense. But I don't doubt that even if they did nothing from here to there and just made matches, I mean, I'm going to watch. But I really would like some substance to why is so and so fighting so and so? How did this come about? I really would like the storytelling to be involved. I don't want them going from now to SummerSlam to the whenever you guys can help me on the September pay-per-view to the end of August without reasoning. At least give us that much.
Yeah, I mean, and I think they will. I think that will give it some substance, maybe some feuds. I'm sure that'll happen as well.
Is this where the four horsewomen versus four horsewomen start?
It's possible. I hope that doesn't happen, but I can see it happening.
I can see a slight encounter to get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
You have all the women, both rosters, or all three rosters, including NXT. I could see it happening. And it's a
Yeah.
more confrontational thing that when they did confront each other and Sasha was in Australia doing WWE promo stuff, there's never been a forum for like, okay, there's four of you, there's four of us, come on. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for to see matches. I'm not excited, or I don't have a lot of confidence that there'll be good stories going on.
Yeah, that's worrisome. And that's worrisome going into even a regular pay-per-view anymore. Especially when you announce one, for instance, SummerSlam. You knew SummerSlam was coming mid-August, many months back. And why Roman versus Brock 3, 4, that's fine. The rematches of Seth and Dolph, no bueno. The rematch of even, okay, now the briefcase is on the line of Braun and KO, no bueno. I think y'all just had a steel cage match. Like the announcers, the matches they announced on Raw, pretty much exactly repeats from Raw, including the Bobby Lashley versus Roman match that they just did 8 days ago. But I like that Roman won.
Well, Roman needs some steam going into SummerSlam.
I mean, the problem I have with that is that it pretty much makes Lashley's win at Extreme Rules completely pointless. Like, Extreme Rules at this point was completely pointless. There was
Yeah.
no reason for it to exist.
They literally just whitewashed Extreme Rules. Like, nope, didn't happen. Just erase their, like, what Extreme Rules until you get to SmackDown. Even then, but that Raw literally said, and I think that was for a point. It was for, and I'm not trying to sound callous here, just looking at it in my eyes, because every single promo from the man included Evolution, except for the Titus O'Neil, Titus World Authors of Pain. Like, everybody, their backstage promos mentioned it. And you can't help but think that, okay, well, I don't want to use the word sabotage, but okay, let's make these matches.
It kind of feels forced, I think.
They could have waited till next week to actually officially announce the matches or started a new feud, anything like that. But nope, let's get this out of the way, because the more important thing is this happened. History. Hashtag. In my opinion, that's because nobody's coming out of that Raw. There are people coming out of that Raw and talking about the Roman Reigns wrestling match. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people talking about that. But more people coming out of that Raw are talking about hashtag evolution. Good, indifferent, or bad. The most talked about thing out of that Raw. So yeah, the whole Reigns thing is doing Reigns thing. But in my opinion, that's how I see it. It's like it was intended to be. We're going to do this with the women's Evolution pay-per-view. And we're also going to have this. And that kind of gets quietly swept under the rug while everybody else is up in arms about an all-women's pay-per-view. It was a decent Raw.
Well, from what I saw of it,
Finn Balor versus Drew McIntyre. I mean, look who you're talking about. Can they put on a bad match together? The only thing that terrored me on that was, oh, and then here comes Dog, and here comes Seth, and let's make that a tag team match after these two dudes just went at it. And now it's a tag team match. That frustrates me. What else happened in Raw?
what else happened on Raw? Roman gave one hell of a promo.
Yeah, he's done it before. Either accept it or don't like it. Either way.
Yeah, but this time it seemed more real than the last time. It didn't sound as scripted.
He he's coming into it. Like he's owning. Like, okay, a lot of you guys don't like me. I don't give a shit. It's my yard, and do what I want, when I want, how I want. Either like it or shut up about it. It's a lot better than some of the promos he's had. And Bobby Lashley is just a bad promo. Even though this was probably one of his best promos, it was still. If they would just let him just talk in the microphone for 2 minutes, it would be a better promo than what we get.
If they just gave him more freedom on the mic.
Yeah. He's not that bad of a talker. He's that bad of trying to remember his lines kind of guy. I mean, dude's intimidating. It's a big dude.
Yeah, I think Roman could hit the bullet points. All they have to do is not just don't let him be so scripted. He could hit the bullet points.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that could even, to some degree, just hand Roman a microphone and say, hey, here's a 2 minute promo, go. And he would know what to say, how to say it, how to convey what he's trying to say. And Lashley, in defense, could do the same to a smaller degree.
I think he could. I think Lashley could also benefit from a heel turn because him as a heel in TNA was really good.
And see, that's Bobby Lashley to me falls in the category of like Bobby Roode. Like they don't work as faces.
Well, I think Lashley could work as a face, but they just haven't really booked him very well. I mean, the first few that he did as a face when he came back didn't exactly help his case.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's not a bad face. It's how you portray him as a face, and they've done shit for that since he came back. I mean, they pretty much turned him into a bigger, larger Apollo Crews. I smile a lot. I talk, and that's not fair because he's so much more than that. Um, what happened on?
Well,
I
the
don't
B
think
team. Go on.
no. Go ahead.
Well, the B team beat welcome Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt in a Extreme Rules rematch, retain their titles. I really don't care about this feud at all. I really don't.
Hopefully it's over.
Honestly, the Authors of Pain should have been the ones to be the leader of worlds at Extreme Rules for the tag titles.
Yeah, I can see where they're going with the B team. And yes, there was a very, very slight movement because they're losers. Oh, these losers are, guess what? They're kind of winning all of a sudden. Like, okay, let's get behind them. It's they're rehashing Rhino and Heath Slater from a couple years ago.
Yeah, pretty much. But I thought Slayer and Rhino were infinitely more entertaining. Like the B team, they just do nothing for me.
They're and outside of the ring and their antics and stuff, they're now of course we're not gonna get Bo and Axel, in a trailer park and when I'm seeing cheese crackers and trying to get a cool I got like that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But it inside the ring, it's basically they've done this a few times in the last couple of years of the comedic jobbing tag team.
But I mean, that's pretty much Raw's tag team division in a nutshell. Right? Like the only like real like legit team are the Authors of Pain, and even then they got punked out by Titus Worldwide of all people. So they're not doing very well either. Like the whole tag team division on Raw and even a bit on SmackDown, but most on Raw is just kind of a mess.
Yeah. The tag team division as a whole, both branches and Wrestler brand, it's so bad.
Another thing that happened on Raw, Bayley and Sasha Banks beat some jobbers.
And I've asked this a few times. If I can get the name of those jobbers and anything they've done outside of last night or Monday night.
W.com has the names as Samantha Simon and Karen Lundy.
Yeah, and that's where they announce them as. Usually when they do that kind of thing, oh, I know her, I know him. Both of those, like, who? Who is that? Where have they been? The only thing I can come up with was they were legitimate local talent.
Yeah, I think that because I believe Raw was in Cincinnati, Ohio on Monday. So I'm guessing they were in the Ohio wrestlers.
Surely
They were in Cincy because everyone was hoping Ambrose would show.
I was bringing that up right now. Surely I know for a fact.
Alike.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know I have this like, okay, not going to happen. But the entire show, they're in Cincinnati. They dogged Cincinnati a couple times already. And, okay. Dean's never think like he's from Cleveland or he moved from Cincinnati to LA. Dean is straight Cincinnati. And I know it wasn't feasible, possible, that kind of thing, but I don't know how many times just watching in my recliner while Morrison starting his things because it'd be so perfect. You're in your hometown. You're in Cincy.
Honestly, I think when Dean Ambrose does come back, it's going to be the night after SummerSlam.
Which I'm assuming you mean he turns heel.
Maybe, because I could see them having Seth Rollins finally win the IC title at SummerSlam, and Dean Ambrose comes back and turns heel on him. I could see that happening.
Just so you know, anyone listening, coming from the same person that says Rusev would never work in this face.
He doesn't. He's not working as a face, I don't think.
They haven't really gotten there yet. Have you not seen his Dollar General, like Snickers commercials?
I don't think I have.
They show it every Raw, SmackDown.
Well, here's the thing with Rusev as a face. Like, Rusev himself isn't over the Rusev Day chant is. That's the thing. And
Well,
if Rusev does turn face, I guarantee you he will have a dancing gimmick. I guarantee you.
well, we both live in Louisiana. You can't guarantee things without putting a small wager on it. Because that's I see the exact opposite. You've had some rebuttals of Rusev is in her face, or not rebuttals since you're on the Rusev can be a face if they let him. Like just he's so good at the part that matters most, which is acting. He's so good at it. And he's such a lovable character. Obviously, what he wants to be. Rusev would, day by day, be such a face. Since we're on SmackDown, let's go ahead and let Mac load a little bit.
Well, I still want to talk about Raw a little bit because there are a couple more things that happened on there.
Oh, sorry.
Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman is now official for SummerSlam with Braun Strowman's Money in the Bank contract on the line.
Why are we doing this again?
Well, I get the feeling that and it is worth knowing that no matter how the match ends, if Kevin Owens is victorious, he will win the Money in the Bank contract. Doesn't matter if it's by DQ, count out, whatever. So I think Kevin Owens is going to be able to sneak away with the contract. He cashes in on Roman after his match against Brock, and it ends up being Roman versus Kevin Owens at Hell in a Cell. It is worth noting that Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns is being advertised locally for Hell in a Cell in September, so it's possible that happens. I don't know if I really want it to happen, but I think that might happen.
If there's a cash in, whether it's Braun, whether it's Kevin Owens, I don't give a shit. Just don't have Roman go over and immediately get cashed in on. Again.
Yeah, like
with the 515 Sheamus bullshit.
Yeah, it would make no sense.
Now would be what are we up to? 5-time champion. They're both laid out. Pin Brock or whatever happens. Do not have Roman be a definitive winner and then get cashed in on. That's dumb meets dumber, in my opinion.
It's just the wrong story to tell.
Do something else other than what we just saw. And yeah, they think we don't have long-term memory, but we do. We literally just saw that 3 years ago. They made shirts out of it. 515. Like, don't do that. Anything but Roman winning. If Roman wins clean and he walks out with it, I'm all aboard.
Yeah.
If Roman pins Brock and gets cashed in on and loses it like that, no way to hell. No way in hell. No. That's messed up. Hey, it kind of That's not how that
Yeah, it's like just put the title on Roman and just be done with it.
Yeah, one or the other. Don't just for Braun to cash in, because then we'll never end the story of Roman's a 5-time champion and got cashed in on again. I, that's what I want. Is let Roman just win it clean. Braun go the fuck away, and Braun can straight up just say, "Hey, 2 months from now or a month from now at this pay per view, I'm going to cash in my Money in the Bank," or however that happens. Don't have Roman beat Brock just for the visual, just to be cast in on. Either have Roman actually beat Brock, get Brock the hell out of WWE, and then go that route. Or if you're really desperate, go WrestleMania 31 and Seth being Braun, make it a triple threat. But don't do the Sheamus 2015 crap again. Yeah, I finally did it. I'm champion. Yay. Oh shit, I'm not champion. That's a bunch more.
Yeah, so I think that's about it for Raw. It was a show that happened.
Now let's get to now let you know the best part.
Now,
Did you meow me? Did you do Super Troopers me?
meow.
Well, I know Venom something happened last night. So yes, before.
Well, Randy Orton started off with one of his best promos in a long time. Randy Orton is officially heel now, and he's honestly pretty good again, at least as a character. In the ring, the jury's still out, but as far as character wise, he's the most interesting he's been in really in years, really.
Hill was the best sport. I was thinking you would go with somebody from a different country.
I know match though was just waiting for us to get to Becky and
Well, I guess I can go ahead and speed through some of these first before we do that. Almost defeats Rusev, but the story is more so about Rusev possibly kind of breaking up with both Lana and Aiden English. I honestly don't care about the storyline, to be honest with you.
Well, I thought the storyline was the breakup of him and Eddie English
Yeah.
and Lana. But then afterwards, through tweets and whatnot, well, is Rusev solo now, or is it just back to dude? And I have to give props to performers in their Twitter game because they really know how to work. Excuse me. Because I legit thought that was. And in out, Rusev will be, or Lana will be Rusev's wingman, and then you see things on social media like, wait a minute, did Lana leave too? Yeah. we'll see what happens there. What's the next match?
Well, next up was Samoa Joe and R-Truth. Joe squashes R-Truth. R-Truth always been very underrated, I think, but this was obviously Joe's match to win.
I've always liked R-Truth. I don't get one of the fact. R-Truth. I mean, in a situation, R-Truth. Betting money says, yeah, don't go on R-Truth there.
Well, R-Truth, I've always liked him.
Same.
He always kills it.
I love R-Truth, and I think he's great. I just know, I mean, through repetition of, okay, they're not doing this. You see, and I'm sorry, and he does watch my tweets and stuff. You see R-Truth, you just know it's not quite Curtis Hawkins level. Curtis Axel, which they almost did too on Raw. I think they actually did. He'll make his way back up. Hopefully, I know he's within his career and whatnot. I've always liked R-Truth. He's always been funny. He's always been where they try to be funny in different segments. He was always the one that actually brought the funny. What next?
All right, so the next match. Oh God, this one. Asuka squashes Billie Kay. WWE, please stop jobbing out the Iconics. Please. Come on.
I was waiting for something like that.
What was Peyton ringside, or
Yeah, she was ringside.
and Oscar still won?
Yeah.
I saw picture before. Way to jump up Oscar more.
It's like, it's like, I get Asuka needed a win after Extreme Rules, but really, did you really need to sacrifice the Iconics for this? Like, you could have had Asuka squash Lana, and you can even protect Lana by saying that she's distracted by the whole Rusev Day situation.
Yeah.
You could even have Asuka squash a local talent, and it still would have been fine. Like, they have done nothing with the Iconics. Nothing at all. They've only had one win on the main roster so far. Either they are never on TV, and even when they are on TV, they lose. Gee, I wonder why they're not over on the main roster. I just wonder why.
They debuted beating the shit out of Charlotte, getting Carmella the championship, and then who? I mean, you have to go New Day on who?
Yeah, no,
and it's sad to see, and I know you like both, and I'm more of a Peyton Royce, because Peyton Royce has it. Like Peyton Royce, not just looks or whatever anybody's going to tell me. She's good. Billie Kay has some sketchy going on, but Peyton Royce is there.
I mean, it's just frustrating because, like with Becky, they have shown that they can book them well. They just choose not to.
Yeah. And on the flip side of that goes the Oscar fan coin. Because look how the shit that Oscar went through. Like it's a hard road to tread. And nothing's ever going to be perfect. We all know that. But geez, please, it doesn't have to be that bad.
Yeah, like the Iconics, like they easily could be the top heels in the women's division. They easily could.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, Carmella and the Iconics. But yeah, they could be right up there. This is what you're looking for. This is what we got. And I'm not saying that in a hey, we're pretty kind of way. I'm saying that is what they offer, and as far as on the microphone, in ring ability, and what's okay, Billy. Hey, Billy can hold her own. She's done it before she even got to WWE.
She's better than she gets credit for.
Yeah. I just wish to God she doesn't do that game. That dance is my torture.
That dance is amazing. Come on.
No. The right side of the screen, yes. That dance is amazing. The left side, which the screen is actually focused on, thank you. And that's it went from ooh to like it goes like literally within a second. Hey, nope. What was next?
Well, next up was a giant segment. AJ Styles did find out who his SummerSlam opponent will be. James Ellsworth comes out, sort of hints that it might be him, and he ends up getting fired.
Again.
Again. That was
And
fun.
then Styles gets jumped from behind by Samoa Joe. Joe signs a contract. It's going to be Joe and Styles at SummerSlam. So there was a lot to take in during this segment.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen, yeah, they're older now. But if you haven't seen Joe versus AJ, look up their Ring of Honor, their TNA stuff. Everybody, well, so and so doesn't have great chemistry with so and so. These two have chemistry. And it's a very worthwhile tuning into. They work very well off of each other.
Yeah, so it could be an interesting match. It's one of the, it's actually a fresh match, which is more than I can say for some of the other matches.
Yeah.
And
It's a
At
fresh
least-
WWE match, that's for sure.
At least they got Nakamura away from AJ.
yeah,
I was gonna bring that up, like the nut shot guy. Like at least, and Joe may do the same thing because he's done it before, but like at least it's not the repetitive thing we've been watching for like 3 months. Okay. Oh, let's do it again. let's do it again. Well, let's, fine, we'll do it again. At least it's something different.
Yeah. And so next up, this was a great moment. Becky Lynch defeats Carmella. She is going to SummerSlam to face Carmella for the SmackDown Women's title.
And gave Carmella a fat lip.
Yeah.
Becky, Becky, Becky.
Finally, WWE has learned how to book Becky Lynch. You see, SmackDown, it wasn't that hard. It was not that hard.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
can they keep it up?
I'll be honest, concerned that Ellsworth was fired on this episode. I have a feeling that Ellsworth is going to make a surprise appearance at SummerSlam and screw Becky out of the title. I hope to God that doesn't happen, because this is the perfect time to put the title on Becky. But I have a feeling it's going to happen.
It's the perfect time to get the belt off Carmella. Sorry, McAvoy. The stars are aligning of perfect timing.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to put the title on Becky. She has all this momentum, and it's time for Carmella to lose the title, because one, she has held it longer than she really needs to. Like, she really should have lost it at like Backlash or something like that. Her reign should have been like a month at best, I think. But yeah, trying to think what I was going to say here.
How do you see Ellsworth? Because I had some of the same kind of train of thought. How do you see Ellsworth interfering? Do you see him coming out as like Sasha or Bailey or Charlotte?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because I was the same theory.
I could see him disguising himself as a cameraman or something like that, or maybe he's in the crowd and he hits Becky with like a foreign object or something like that. I think that's what might happen.
And going back to Raw for just a second, Kevin Owens versus Braun Strowman for Money in the Bank briefcase. No matter how Braun loses, KO gets the case.
Yeah.
If Braun's counted out, if Braun's disqualified, anything of the matter, KO wins the briefcase. Sorry. What was next on SDL?
Well, next up, New Day beats Sandy to advance to the finals of the SummerSlam Tag Team Championship tournament. Poor Sandy. At this point, just send it back to NXT.
There's one of two minds here. Okay, you got called up too soon, or Nikki Cross is, because in my opinion, Nikki Cross makes Sandy. Like they are not Sandy without Nikki Cross.
I mean, they're not the same without Nikki, but at the same time, booking has not done them any favors at all.
Oh.
Like, I would argue that they should have won the entire tournament.
Yeah. It's been weird with the last 3 months, 4 months call-ups. Even with all missing, it's been weird, to say the least. What's next?
Well,
Am I still here?
Yeah.
Yep.
I tell you, this connection is driving me crazy, folks. So if I disappear or whatever, it's my connection.
No, you just don't like us anymore. We understand.
So the final segment on the show was the premiere party for Ms. and Mrs. I didn't bother watching this because I refuse to watch any Miz promos at this point.
Ah,
Stop giving Miz promo time, WWE. He doesn't need to cut a promo every single damn week.
why would you stop the best promo, the best promo in WWE, giving the promo? Why would you stop that?
Because he gets go away heat with me. That's why.
Well, and that's if you're not aware, Metal Matt cannot stand this. And
He's like my least favorite superstar in WWE. And not in like a good way. Not in like, oh, he's a heel, so I hate him. No, it is a go away heat. Like I just up and turn the channel whenever he's on.
well, my first suggestion to you is do not turn the channel because the Miz is awesome.
That's debatable.
Not really. Like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but he's not turning the channel bad. I mean, also again, yeah, I can see it, but on my end, no, he's not. The Miz is great. Hasn't always been, trust me. Oh my, I've been where you are. Oh God, can we get Miz off the screen? He's coming around to. Oh, Miz is coming out. So we know you hate the Miz, and not for kayfabe reasons, like you just don't like the Miz, and that's understandable. Did you tune into Miz and Mrs. after SmackDown?
No.
How dare you?
I'm not a fan of reality shows, and
No, I didn't watch it either.
I'm not going to start with a Miz reality show. That just sounds I don't know. And there's two AAs.
See, told you 2 days ago. Like you missed 2 AAs. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. And we're down to one. I think we need to.
I don't know how so.
We're hitting buttons. It's I'm an IT person.
Now there's only one of me.
Well, just my first suggestion. We can work through it from there. But Mrs. And I know we've had in-depth talks, so it's not a Miz pisses me off on a kayfabe level. You really don't like the Miz. Like he's on the channel. The way he, like you say. I get that. I mean,
Just a minute, guys.
no. How dare you?
You can't go AA.
We were just wrapping up.
Yeah, I mean, but as far as SmackDown goes, I don't really have anything else to say about it. It was a solid show. I liked it better than Raw. There were a couple of booking decisions that I heavily disagree with, but other than that, I thought it was a decent enough show. I thought it was fun for what it was.
Have you listened to Elias's album? for SmackDown.
I've heard samples off of it.
Now, in my, again, haven't watched, just talking to you guys and reading what I read online. Like SmackDown seems to be more on their cylinders than Raw, for sure.
Yeah, it is a little bit like it's at least a bit more focused than Raw, and I'm still not a huge fan of the overall direction of SmackDown, but it is at least more focused than Raw.
Right. It's not rematch after rematch and stuff like that. Can't get that more fresh. We hear you.
But yeah. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. Is there anything? Is there? And Mox is gone. Mox is gone. But yeah, I don't know. If there's really anything else to talk about. New episode of Lucha Underground is tonight. Watched last week's episode earlier today. It was kind of mediocre. Some of the matches were a bit slow. Pentagon did get a good match out of Cage, so that's take that for what's worth. Johnny Mundo against I can't remember his name. It's like the Dragon Tribe or the Lizard Tribe or something like that. I don't know. That match was kind of slow. What else? Oh, the Gift of the Gods. I don't want to give too much away, but they did end up taking one guy out of it. I don't know why, but it was like one of the best competitors on there. So I don't know. It's just weird. I was also able to catch MLW last week because it's funny because I didn't even know that I had the channel that MLW comes on. I had no idea I even caught the channel, but I actually did have the channel, so I was able to watch MLW for the first time. For what I seen of it, it does look like a solid product. I think there were some good matches on there. Jimmy Havoc and Filthy Tom Lawler fought in a great grudge match, really hardcore match. A lot of unique weapons used. Low Key versus Shane Strickland for the MOW World Title. The finish I did not see coming at all. I'm not sure if I really agree with it, but I think for the most part, I think it was pretty entertaining for what it was.
Well, Jimmy Havoc is just fun to watch, period.
Oh yeah, totally. And it was really my first time really watching the Jimmy Havoc match because I have heard a lot about him, but I never really saw any match of his. So this was really my first time watching a Jimmy Havoc match. And it was pretty fun.
I mean, I love watching that guy. It's did we lose Mox? Because I know we lost me for a while.
Yeah, we did.
I tell you, it'd be nice once we get all the connections straightened out. Technical difficulties, people.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, MLW was pretty good this week actually. Like it was my first time watching MLW. I didn't know really what to expect. But it was pretty good. And then this week's episode it's going to be Battle Riot, which is it's going to be a 2-hour special on Friday. It's basically going to be like a 40-man, basically a Royal Rumble. Basically, what it is like a 40-man Royal Rumble. You can get eliminated via pinfall, submission, over the top rope, and whoever wins the match will be getting a MLW title shot anytime, anywhere. So it should be really interesting to see who wins that match.
Well, it sounds like you found another promotion that's enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, I did. And honestly, it was by complete accident too, because I didn't even know I caught the channel that it comes on. Like I didn't even know I had the channel on Dish Network, but I ended up doing it. I saw MLW was coming on. Okay, let's give this a shot, and it was actually pretty good.
It's amazing you find all these neat little channels on Dish.
Yeah.
It's like I found the El Rey on Dish, and
Yeah, El Rey is pretty good. Lucha Underground, of course, is like the main show I watch on there, but they also air some pretty good movies on there. Like they usually air like The Crow on there, which is one of my all-time favorite movies. So that's pretty cool. And they usually air
they also do some of the old, badly dubbed over
kung fu movies.
Chinese. Yeah.
A lot of action movies, sort of like exploitation movies, stuff like that.
And some of the more lesser known horror gore movies.
Yeah. Like they tend to air House of 1,000 Corpses on there, which I'm all for.
I never watched it.
It's not Rob Zombie's best movie, but it is enjoyable. Like it's basically Rob Zombie's version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Hills Have Eyes, for what it's worth. Like I mean, I think the sequel, The Devil's Rejects, is a lot better.
I don't care too much for Rob Zombie's movies. It's just not my thing.
Right. I like his movies for the most part. Some of his recent ones have been a bit hit or miss, but I like House of 1,000 Corpses. I like Those Rejects. I even like his Halloween remakes. So I think he's a good filmmaker. I really love his music.
It's the music and his Halloween remake. Halloween. I like that he did more of the psychological growing up of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
But at that, when it got to Michael Myers doing the stalking, it lost. I wasn't scared of this Michael Myers as I was the original. The original Michael Myers the living daylights out of me. Just that stalking he did, it's amazing.
Yeah, and then they have a new Halloween coming out in a few months.
Well, I guess Mox isn't coming back.
Doesn't seem like it. Where did Mox
Got a storm
go?
running in. It's holiday, but I've got a storm running in. So.
Oh, that always sucks. Man, it hasn't rained here in a while. actually pretty sunny out here for a change. So, trying to think of something else to talk about. If there's any other wrestling news or whatever that we may have missed. And we just lost AA. So both AA and Mox are gone. So lonely here. I'm the only one on this podcast now. Just trying to think of really just trying to think of like what else to talk about really. Trying to think if there's any other wrestling news. I know that TNA had a pay-per-view anniversary that apparently was pretty good. Haven't watched TNA in a long time, and I really honestly I don't really have any desire to. I don't know, like TNA just it doesn't interest me anymore, especially after the whole like they've had so many like TNA is a company that really by all accounts should be out of business at this point. Like how they have survived so long up to this point, I have no idea. Like it is so weird. It's so bizarre. How they really are like the cockroach of the professional wrestling business. As Fizz would say, Fizzy's Wacky World of Wrestling, they really are like the Donner Party of pro wrestling. But yeah, I really don't think there's much else to really talk about. Really, I think we've pretty much covered everything here. Still so very lonely in this still so very lonely on this podcast. I'm the only one left. Tonight's Lucha Underground could be pretty interesting. There's the Gifts of the Gods match. Whoever wins that match will be able to have a Lucha Underground title match anytime they want, as long as they announce it a week in advance. I wonder who will win that match. Trying to think who would have the best chance at it. Cause I really don't know because they ended up taking the person out of it on last week's episode, and that was the guy that I thought was going to win it. But now that he's out, I don't know. If I had to guess, I would probably go with King Cuerno. Just off the top of my head, really. I just think that he might be the one that wins it all. But I don't know. I could also possibly see Evilise win as well. So I don't know. It really could go either way. MLW this Friday. That should be really interesting. I won't be able to watch it the first time it comes on, which is at like 7 Central, because I'll be doing the Ruthless Aggression Era podcast. But they usually do, I believe they do an encore of it at around midnight or so. So I'll try and catch it there. And it's always fun watching wrestling that late at night anyway. So I'm all for that. Really curious who's going to win that. I already forgot the name of the match itself, but I am curious who will win that match. I don't know who's all in MLW at the moment. It's still very much it's still very much a new promotion for me. I'm not super familiar with it just yet. It's still a new promotion for me, so I think it'll be interesting to see who's all in it and who will end up winning the match as a whole.